So you must make sure you are born again, and make sure you are properly connected to Jesus in order to hear his voice. You must not allow anything to disconnect you from Jesus. You must not. Satan knows it, that if he could disconnect you from Jesus, then he can disconnect you from the voice of the Lord. And if you are disconnected from the voice of the Lord, then you are not living at the mercy of the devil. Now, the question becomes, how do you hear the voice of the Lord? What do you do to hear the voice of the Lord? Because if what you need now, what all of us need now is the voice of the Lord. If what you need now, I told you that this year you will end it in testimony. You will end it in praise. Nothing is too hard for God. If the voice of the Lord is what you need now to break the cedar, to shatter the barriers of the enemy, what do you do to hear the voice of the Lord? How do you position yourself to hear the voice of the Lord? Number one, somebody say number one. To hear the voice of the Lord, you must be born again and properly connected. You must be born again. Let me tell your neighbor, to hear the voice of the Lord, you must be born again. If you look at John chapter 10 verse 27, Jesus said, the only people that are qualified to hear the voice of the Lord are his sheep. Read with me, everybody. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they do what? They follow me. My sheep hear my voice. Say with me, my sheep. Jesus didn't say the sheep. If Jesus said the sheep, would have think every sheep. But he said my own sheep. Somebody say my sheep. Let me look at neighbor and say, ask him, are you his sheep? Or you are someone else's sheep? Praise the Lord. Jesus said, my sheep will hear my voice. What this simply means, you must be born again. You must be properly connected to Jesus. Are you still here? One of the things God keeps teaching me every day is to be properly connected. He had taught me this thing from my phone. You plug your phone and you think the phone is charging. You wake up the next day, the phone is not charging. Only for you to find out that even though the charger was connected to the phone, the charger was not connected to the socket. Have you experienced that before? Yeah. Praise the Lord. Sometimes the socket is connected to the socket and connected to the phone, but somewhere along the line the switch is off. Let me ask neighbor, has your switch been turned off? Praise the Lord. Glory to God. Have you ever not paid your phone bill and you were looking for where there is Wi-Fi to use FaceTime? Praise the Lord. There was nothing wrong with the phone company, the telecommunication. Something was wrong with your connection. Are you listening to me? So you must make sure you are born again, and make sure you are properly connected to Jesus in order to hear his voice. You must not allow anything to disconnect you from Jesus. You must not. Satan knows it, that if he could disconnect you from Jesus, then he can disconnect you from the voice of the Lord. And if you are disconnected from the voice of the Lord, then you are not living at the mercy of the devil. Because there are many voices. What the voice that rules you is what that will determine the outcome of your life. May you be ruled by the voice of the Lord in this season. May you be able to say, concerning your situation, the Lord told me. Not the Lord told Papa. Not the Lord told Mama. Not the Lord told my bishop. There are people today who are running only with their church vision. They don't have their own personal vision because they don't know how to hear God for themselves.